think that Mr. Spain is going to ask me something. Tonight.
Get the plumber in.
Hello everyone, welcome to MotorHome BB. My name is Alan and I'm here to find the final resting place of Lynda Bellingham. What a gorgeous lady she was. It is going to be, I shouldn't say it, my absolute favourite. And it's in some ways a very sad story, but we'll reveal all. I'm in Crookham at Townsend Cemetery. She was an absolute genuine woman. I watched This Is Your Life last night, and this little old dance lady who was 80 came on at the end, very small and frail, and she hugged her and she said, the one thing about Lynda is she's genuine, she's from the heart. And that's how I always read her. She was the perfect package. She was beautiful, humorous, down to earth and genuine. That's the main thing. I really thought she was special. So, but the relationships she had were so sad, mostly anyway. All will be revealed. Let's go find this gorgeous grave. It's just down here. I'll spin you around and show you. Heading down that way, and there's also a bench with a plaque on it. Let's go.
Oh yes, very amusing. It's kebabs tomorrow.
I hope you like my little stick I've got the camera on today. I've just got it. I think it's better. Lynda, she had 3 marriages sadly, and 2 of them were terrible. The first one was Greg Smith. It was in 1975 she married him. He was a television producer and a monster. He had lots of relationships while she was married, and she used to get these naked pictures of women sent to her house of people that he'd slept with, and she eventually divorced him. It was absolutely terrible. I think the thing with Lynda was, because she was such a I keep saying the word genuine, but that's the truth, that she's a lovely person, you could see it. The loose women all thought the same. She probably couldn't see it in other people when they were devious, because maybe other devious people see it in devious people, but you know, good people don't think that way. Anyway, she got rid of him, but then sadly she married the second person, which wasn't much better.
Take it all for granted, but I couldn't, because I'm a farmer's daughter, of course, but it was very exciting finding birds' eggs and things like that, you know, and we had a bird table and I got my little book, and but that thing about the cuckoos is really quite sad, because if you think about it, when have you heard...
Where are they going?
And I mean, must it be that all the other birds have heard about the cuckoo in the nest? They're waiting for him now. You know?
She went to an Italian restaurant with Christopher Biggins and saw this, admittedly, a handsome waiter, Italian, Nunzio Palunzo, and she fell for his looks. They had a whirlwind romance, but unfortunately from 1981 to 1996, I bet that was a long 15 years, she was with him. And he was terrible. He was super jealous. He was physically and mentally abusing to her. He made her life terrible. And the problem was that at the same moment in time, while they were in that relationship from the early 80s, she was doing the Oxo adverts, you know, with the perfect family, you know, the lovely children and the nice husband. And I think the contrast of what a real life was like and what the television life was like was getting to her. She eventually divorced him in 1996, but in actual fact she got a restraining order in the year 2000, so he obviously made her life quite a big problem. What a shame for her. On the 31st of May 2008 she married Michael Pattison, who she called Mr. Spain because he was a timeshare salesman, and yeah, looked like a salesman to me, but I'm going the wrong way, it's that way. She had a good 10 years with him, and in fact it says that on the grave, 10 years was not enough. So he obviously cared about her, and at the end when she was dying with the bowel cancer, colorectal cancer I think they call it, she was looked after by him, and there's no doubt that she felt very, you know, close to him, so it was good for once. The only problem with this is that it went slightly wrong after she died, because her sons Michael and Robbie both felt very bitter, because near the end when she was dying she changed her will and it was all going to go to them, and it suddenly went to Michael, her husband, and she said to him, you must look after them. But I saw Michael, I think he was the older son, and he was on GMTV and Loose Women, and he was very bitter. He said, we've got nothing, you know, he's taken it all, he's gone and had hair transplants and travelled around the world and written a book about her, and suddenly it was all wrong, and that's how he felt. I did notice Colleen Nolan and Janet Street Porter, especially Janet Street Porter, who I like, she's very straight talking, said to the boys, or to Michael, please just move on. You know, it was sort of like there was the one aspect where he'd been very good to her when she were alive, but now the sons were bitter. They'd said things like, when she died, Michael went out and got a new girlfriend and brought him back to the house 3 months later and slept with her, and they felt it was, you know, too quick. He wasn't, you know, honouring the memory of his wife, and he replaced her quite quickly. But, you know, Janet Street Porter says, look, that's up to him. His life has changed now. He's got to do what he wants to do. Lynda, you know, Lynda has gone, and that is true in a way. So you can't really be certain. If I had to guess, I would say it's not right, is it? Changing the will right at the end. It doesn't seem right, and I think probably there was some reason for him to be upset. But I did notice that both the sons later on appeared in a documentary about a London hotel where they were part of the staff, and Michael, I think he's the older one, looked very happy. So it wasn't ultimately a terrible ending for them, but yeah, shame. And of course she appeared in many TV roles. She did Doctor Who with Colin Baker, but my favourite one was playing Helen, James Herriot's wife. I loved that series in the books. I actually met Christopher Timothy, who played James Herriot, at the veterinary surgery, the real one. He was there for the day, and it was great. I said to him, what do you miss most about making the programme? And he said, me and my bank manager both said the same thing, the payments. He was kidding, of course. Lynda Bellingham was born Meredith Hughes in Montreal to a single mother, but was given up for adoption because she was born out of wedlock in a strict church-going family. She was adopted when she was 4 months old. Lynda was educated in Aylesbury High School and trained at the Central School of Speech and Drama. Lynda played many roles during her 5 decades professional career, but became synonymous with one being a mum making gravy. It was not quite how I'd seen my career advancing, she said, but in 1983 to 1999 she was and did 42 episodes of the award-winning TV ad. Since the early 1980s, her name was rarely mentioned in print without it being prefixed with the Oxo Mum. She was best known for playing the lead in the touring production of The Calendar Girls between 2008 and 2012. She was also, for 4 years between 2007 and 2011, a regular member of the team in Loose Women, the daytime chat show. She had few regrets about her career turning out, summarising in a trajectory thus on her website, I arrived in London at the Central School for Speech and Drama in 1966 and I never looked back. I had a ball. Lynda joined Loose Women on the 10th of April 2007, appeared alongside Carol McGiffin and Colleen Nolan, and continued as a regular on the show until 2011. In all, Lynda made more than 300 appearances on the show, including a special appearance in 2014, shortly before her death. 2 editions of Loose Women were dedicated to Lynda Bellingham after her death. I watched that final interview on Loose Women and she was very brave. She said, it's gone to my liver, it's gone to my lungs. She'd had it for quite a long time and there was no way they could save her, and she knew that, and she said, I'm giving up the chemotherapy, I want to go on for one last Christmas and then die. I think she expected to die quite quickly, but she actually went on till October of that year. So yeah, typical of her, she was super brave at the end. And she wrote the book, There's Something I'm Dying to Tell You. I haven't read that book, I wanted to, and I probably will do after making this film. That's the way I often do it, read it afterwards. Silly, but anyway. And I'm here, I'm actually here now. And you've got to remember, I've been wanting to do this for a long time because I really did like this lady. I'm going to spin you so you can see with me. We're coming up now. In actual fact, there's a bench in the background and I'm going to go there. This is the grave coming up, look. And we're going to come back to that. But I'm going to, look, there it is. It's absolutely gorgeous. But let's just see the bench. Lynda, absolutely loved you. Fantastic. Coming back, let's just see the bench. There we are. It's there. Oh, look at that, it's a little flower on the left. That's kind of symbolic of Lynda, isn't it? And here it is. Let's read that. It says, in loving memory of Lynda Bellingham, Pattimore, OBE, May the 31st, 1948 to October the 19th, 2014, unique mother and wife. Isn't that lovely? So, we know where we're going now. Love the little collie dog, by the way. Right, let's get down. Hello, Lynda. We're back. Oh, in actual fact, I've just noticed, look, that must be relations of her husband, Joseph F. Pattimore, 14th 11th 1938. Okay, I'm not going to read all that out, but it's obviously some relation. But let's get back to the one we've come to see. And there it is. It's gorgeous. Lovely design, isn't it? It's a stage. Yeah, lovely. So it says Lynda Bellingham Pattimore, OBE. Curtain raised 31st of May 1948. The final curtain came down on the 19th of October 2014. Actress, author and presenter, unique and loving wife and mother. But 10 years was not enough. And that's referring to a relationship with Michael. But there we are. Oh yeah, it's great. Lovely spot. Look. Lovely and quiet. Sometimes they're not. This one is. That's great. Just going to have to come in and say it again. Lynda, I've been wanting to do this for ages. It's a privilege to be here. And it's that moment where we put the MotorHome Beep Beep flower on. It's not a real one because I don't like killing real flowers. So I'll spin you around. This is for Lynda. Let's pop it down there in the middle. That's it, looks good. Yes. That looks fine, doesn't it? It's great. Well, there we go. Lynda Bellingham, OBE. I feel sad, I don't want to go. I really don't. I've got a chill down my spine. And bye, Lynda. Send my love to you, and I'm sure lots of people on the channel will do the same thing. They'll miss you. You're important to them, especially on Loose Women. So there we go. You know, you can't judge a book by the cover. That's the thing I've got to say, because two of those relationships weren't good. And it's an evolutionary thing. In the old times, we used to make a judgment quickly, because when we were killing the animals thousands of years ago, we had to judge people quickly. But you can't do that. You've got to give it time. And in actual friendships, which you will love greatly, it was just the personal relationships that went wrong sometimes. So be careful. And remember one thing, that okay, you need your health. It's number one, because without health you can't be good to anybody, including yourself. But once you've got that, it's your loving relationships and friendships that mean more than anything else in life. That's for sure. I mean, I've got some good relationships and some people on the channel that I really getting to know. I love that. And that's what counts. Not the money. The money's way down. Okay, so remember, nurture your relationships. So if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to subscribe. There'll be lots more. Give me a thumbs up and a comment, because you know I love the comments and I try and answer them all. And love and be loved and love. Take care of yourself. Bye from me, Alan, at MotorHome Beep Beep. Bye everyone. Bye bye.